did a video recently. I actually went out to a location that was close to where I live, and the reason I did that was because there's another person in my town who does videos where they get pictures of birds and they go out in areas that I can get to mostly, and then he reads from a book whatever book he's reading, he reads a section of it. And I mainly watch the videos for the nature parts, but I don't really watch the audio parts of the where he reads from the book he's reading. And he went to a location that had something in it I'd never seen before, and it just looked like a really nice area. And he did this when we had a bad snowstorm here that lasted for quite a few days, and I just thought it'd be a nice area to go to and maybe get some pictures of birds or deer or whatever. So I went out there the other day, and I didn't follow his route exactly because all I had to go with was Google Earth, and it don't really show just how steep the hill is. I mean, you can change the settings in it, but looking at something on a computer is entirely different from walking around at that area. And this first image shows the top. It's not the very top of this hill. It's like a rolling hill, just like a field. I'm sure somebody owns it. I didn't see no trespassing signs, so I didn't know. There wasn't a fence around it anywhere. So I went up this first part, and in his video he waited for a little bit underneath that pine tree that's in the middle of the picture because he saw some hawks in a tree. And I couldn't get down to that pine tree because by the time I got to this spot, I was pretty tired. And if you look at the lower right corner of the image, it looks like there's a stick or something there, and that's actually a tree that has fallen over. I don't know if it fell over from the snow or if it was already down or what, but it was at the perfect height to sit on, and that's what I'm sitting on, trying to get my breath back and rest a little bit. Okay, this is from the same spot but a different view. In this view I'm looking more, I want to say southwest, about the middle of the image where you can see the top of this field. That's a fire station, and those other buildings are like car dealerships. And I just snapped this to try and get an image of where I came up from. But when I say this is a rolling hill, that's exactly what it is. It's not, this particular part is not all that steep, but where you come into it from the road is. And it's kind of rough because there's all kinds of, I don't know what kind of weed they're called, but they're like a briar, but they're got stuff that'll stick to you and almost reach out and grab at you. So I got this image while I was sitting there taking a break. And I'm not blessed with real good equipment. I had an action camera. Not a good action camera, but an action camera. And it jammed up on me. And I literally did not know it wasn't recording until I got back home and took the memory card out, and it recorded the sound, but it didn't record the video. And there was a lot of wind up there, so I just thought, well, I'll do it this way. Okay, this is one of the things I actually came up for. That's a kilovolt tower, or a high voltage tower. And what's on top of it is a cell tower. They've combined the two. And I honestly have never seen anything like this before. I've seen plenty of these high voltage towers, and I've seen cell towers, but I've never seen one combined together. Um, and you can actually see just how steep these areas are. I mean, if I was in my 20s and 30s, this wouldn't be anything, but I'm over halfway to 60, and I've just spent my life doing work that I probably shouldn't do because I'm not in good shape naturally, so I guess I'm paying for it now. But that's what this image is of. And he went this way and went around. You can see a grassy area on the other side of this gully. He went down that way and eventually ended up over there in that field where the kilovolt tower is, near the end of his video. And it looked real pretty with the snow and everything, and I thought, this would probably be a good place to get pictures of like deers and rabbits. And I saw some deer droppings and rabbit droppings almost like they were following one another, but yet I never saw a rabbit or a deer nowhere. But that's what that image is of. Okay, this is just an image that I put in. This is the top of the hill. This is the main top of it. And there was some type of a tent or something in his video at the base of this tree. And I just included this because the tent was gone. And out of the shot to the right, there's a bigger tree that had some type of a strap or something on it going to this small tree. And the tent was, I don't know if it was upright or what it was exactly. I don't really know why it would be there, because normally if it's a homeless person, you'll see trash laying around. And I didn't see that. And in his video, I didn't see any signs of any kind of trash or anything. So it could have just been kids camping out or something like that, or, it's hard to say. But that's the only reason I put this one in, was because, there had been a tent there. And I kind of wanted to see if I could determine what the tent was doing there, because there's really no houses around this hill. I mean, there's some trailers, and then on the opposite side there's some houses, but they're a little distance away. But anyway, that's what this video, or this image is. And this is basically the same gully that I was at before, but it's literally looking right into it. I don't know what direction this is. You can see the kilovolt wires in the upper right. It's a lot steeper than what it looks even in this image. I guess a person could walk down through it, but it looks like it's loaded with weeds and like thorns and stickers like that. And in the distance you can kind of make out a flat area, which I think is at the bottom. I had two cameras. I had an action camera, which was not anything fancy, just a cheap camera, and then I had a digital camera, which is what I got the pictures with. And I got to looking up the manual for the digital camera online, and it turns out you could do video with it, but I got to get a memory card for it, because the internal memory you can only do like a 1-minute video, and then it fills up the memory on the inside, and I would have no way to transfer them out there. So, but with a memory card I can do longer videos. Anyway, and that's just about it. I just, I like to get out and explore, because I used to do it as a teenager, but my body's just not in good shape for it. So that's all this is.